Hi, hello everyone. Today let us start a new chapter from social science subject called the French Revolution. See, I have done one complete chapter from 9th standard science, matter in our surroundings. Today let us begin the very first chapter in the history, the French Revolution of 9th standard. See, before moving on to this chapter, French Revolution, let us know something about France. See, France is one of the European nation which taught about the democracy to the entire world. France is the nation from which every country in the entire world inspired to have democracy in their nations too. And this France at present also it belongs to Europe and its capital is Paris. And France is very much famous for the fashion and it is very much famous for the tourists because of its historical monuments. Now let us begin this chapter, the French Revolution. See, this French Revolution is totally about the establishment of democracy by the French citizens and overthrowing the rule of different monarchs, and how France set an example to other nations about setting up democracy in their own nations. This we shall study in this chapter called the French Revolution. See, long back in the year of 1774, a person called Louis XVI becomes the king of France. Louis XVI, he ascends the throne of France at the age of 20 years. He was only 20 years when he ascended the throne of France. And he married to a princess called Marie Antoinette. Okay, he married to a princess called Marie Antoinette, and when he ascended the throne of France, he finds the treasury was empty. The treasury of the kingdom didn't have any money in order to administrate the entire nation. The reasons for the empty treasury were the long wars which the France waged, and added to the wars, added to the expenditure of these wars, was the maintenance of extravagant court at Versailles. They were, though the treasury was empty, these French rulers, especially the kings, they wanted extravagant lifestyle. It is nothing but a luxurious lifestyle, and they used to maintain one of such luxurious court at Versailles, a place in France. And addition to both these reasons, France also helped to liberate 13 American colonies. See, 13 American colonies were liberated from the common enemy of France and America. See, for both France and America, Britain was the common enemy. Since Britain was the common enemy of both France and America, France helped America to get their independence from the clutches of Britain in the year of 1776. So whatever independence Americans gained from the clutches of Britain, for that independence, France has helped them to liberate 13 different colonies. Okay. So in 1776, America, that is nothing but a present USA, gained its independence. And this was again, it was a burden to the treasury of entire France. And King Louis XVI, since he had to fill his treasury, which became vacant because of all these reasons, he decided to impose taxes upon the people of France. He wanted to impose the taxes upon the entire population of France, but this idea of Louis XVI turned fragile because division of society in the France was like that. It didn't, the division of entire society of France didn't help Louis XVI to gain more and more money into his treasury. So, what is that division of society in France? See, the division of French society is as follows here. See, the entire population of France was divided into three different estates. The first estate, it consisted of clergymen, that is nothing but the people who render their services in churches and all. The second estate consists of nobility, and this nobility includes the traders, merchants, and the rich people of the entire France. Whereas the third estate, which consisted of 90% of the entire France, it had the poor peasants or farmers, artisans, and different lawyers and few educated people were the part of the third estate. And this third estate people were only those who used to pay the taxes imposed by the king. And the first estate and the second estate were exempted from paying any kind of taxes. They were not supposed to pay any kind of taxes in France, and only these third estate people were supposed to pay all sorts of taxes in entire France. And in addition to the tax imposed by the kings, there were another two different types of taxes which were paid by this third estate. They are called as tithes and tallies. These are the two different kinds of taxes which were paid by the third estate people. So, tithe is nothing but the tax which is laid by the church. So, in France, church had an authority to impose the taxes, and that tax was called as tithe. What is this tax is, a peasant, he has to give 1/10 of his total agricultural produce. If he gets a harvest of 100 bags of paddy, he has to give away 10 bags to the church in the name of this tithe tax. And apart from this, there was one more tax called tally, which was a direct or indirect taxes imposed by the state upon the common commodities used by the population of France, like tobacco as well as salt. So this tally was the tax which was imposed by the state. It was supposed to be paid by the third estate, and even this tithe tax imposed by the church was also supposed to be paid by the same third estate, and this was a burden for entire third estate. And in addition to this, the population of France rose on a large scale between the period of 1715 to 1789. Between the years of 1715 to 1789, the population increased from 23 million to 28 million. There was a jump of 5 million population in the entire France, and mathematically you know that 1 million is equal to 10 lakhs. Due to the huge increase in its population, there was a difficulty to get the food grains to each and every person in the entire France. There arose a situation of scarcity of food grains, and the production of food grains could not keep a pace with the demand in the population for the food grains. And the people who were working as laborers in different industries, the people who were working in factories for different wages, they faced severe difficulties because their wages did not increase though the prices of food grains were at peaks. See, the demand was huge for the food grains, and this demand led to the increase in the prices of the entire food grains. Prices of the food grains, they have increased, but not the wages. Wages, they were constant, and this led to the wider gap between the rich and the poorer sections of the society, and this led to the situation called subsistence crisis, which often happened which often occurred in the French society. What is this subsistence crisis? See, it is a situation where even the basic needs of a person are threatened. The very basic needs like food, shelter, and the minimum security of his life is threatened because of because of the deprived financial conditions. So this subsistence crisis situation occurred during the years of 1715 to 1789, and people lost their patience and they wanted to take the steps for the revolution. And before taking any step towards the revolution, they wanted to have a changeover, or they wanted to have a discussion among the people of third estate. And this discussion, it gave suggestions for the democracy and for the removal of autocracy. See, earlier many peasants and farmers, mostly the poor people of the third estate, they tried to take out the existing estate system in France. But they couldn't do it because they did not know the measures about how to remove the existing feudal system. So they approached few educated people of third estate, lawyers, doctors, and they left the decisions to be taken by those educated people. And these people, since they were educated, they were inspired by many philosophers in France. See, most of the philosophers like John Locke and Rousseau, they raised their voice against the birth privileges enjoyed by the first and second estates, and they stressed for the controlled monarchy. That is nothing but monarch alone couldn't take any decisions, but he should be guided by the people of the France. And few of them, they said that democracy is the best government where people can enjoy certain rights, certain fundamental rights. Such decisions or such suggestions of philosophers were widely discussed in the entire France, in coffee houses, in saloons, and the ideas of these philosophers were displayed in the entire wall posters, or street dramas and street plays were there in entire France, and thus the idea of democracy, it intensified in France, which led to the outbreak of revolution in further coming years. How the revolution it broke out, and what was the decisions or what was the reaction of the King Louis XVI against the revolution, that we shall see in the next video. Hope you understood about the division of French society into different estates and the condition of subsistence crisis, as well as about the inspiration of philosophers and their impact. If you like my video, please like it, share it, and please subscribe my channel called AGS, Only Destination for Learning. Signing off, me Arifa. Thank you, one and all. Bye.